watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome to Focus on Germantown. I'm Mayor Mike Palazzolo, and it's my privilege each month to host this show, bringing guests to talk about city government and the many amenities that make Germantown a great place to live. We have some special guests on today's show to mark the last show of our second season. Germantown Alderman Forrest Owens, who is active on many boards and commissions and bike trails here in the city of Germantown. After Forrest, we welcome someone who knows to put on a good show. Paul Chandler, the Executive Director of Germantown Performing Arts Center, also known as GPAC, is here to join us. Paul and his team at GPAC are wrapping up a very successful 21st season and already preparing for next year with some innovative and exciting shows. And in our Focus on Business segment, Saddle Creek Assistant General Manager and Marketing Director Heather Danielson joins us to discuss the many new stores that have opened at Saddle Creek and what is on the way. But first, let's welcome Germantown Alderman Forrest Owens. I'm glad to have you on the show today, Forrest.
Thank you, Mayor. Always glad to be here. I think the last time we were here together, we were doing our Hans and Franz Pump You Up skit.
Well, you are no stranger to this set, and you have been a great champion for the healthy Germantown. And as a slight disclaimer to our viewing audience, you're actually Vice Mayor this year. It's a rotating position. This year you have the honor and duty and responsibility to be Vice Mayor. You are concluding your first term as Alderman in the city of Germantown. Please share with our viewers a little bit about perhaps why you chose to serve, how long you've lived in Germantown, and kind of what makes Forrest Owens tick.
Well, yes, certainly. I've lived in Germantown over 40 years. We moved here when I was only 6 years old and went through the school system here, Riverdale Elementary, Germantown High School. And when I decided to start my family, this was a natural choice for us. We've got a passion and love for the city, and so now my kids, I'm getting to see them grow up through our GMSD school system, and so that gives me great pleasure and joy. And I decided to try and give back what best I could as an alderman, run for election as an alderman, and I've enjoyed it.
Well, we appreciate your service, no doubt. You serve on many commissions here in the city of Germantown. In your 4 years, you have served on a variety of those commissions. Please let the viewers know where you currently serve as liaison, and perhaps not the one you like the most, but which one do you have a lot of passion for?
Well, I'd be happy to. You know, you're aware that I was the planning director for about 10 years for the city of Germantown, and so I had a little bit of experience there, and it was a natural segue for me to go on and join the Planning Commission. I served as a volunteer on the Planning Commission before becoming an alderman, and then now I serve as the alderman liaison to the Planning Commission. I also enjoy, this is my first year to serve on the Parks and Recreation Commission. I serve on the Beautification Commission, and have in the past served on the Board of Zoning Appeals as well as the Historic Commission.
That's a lot of work. Parks and Rec, and I have a little bit of familiarity. I served as liaison to that commission. To me, that's one of the commissions that probably has the most reach to our citizens. You reach the youngest of the young to our seniors. Let us know what are some of the things the Parks Commission is doing for this year and some of the plans that it has for the future.
I'm glad you asked. That's one of the most exciting things that we're working on right now. Is our comprehensive plan that we have submitted and is in the capital budget, as you know, this year for all of our parks. We're proposing that we do a comprehensive master plan for each and every park in the city of Germantown. We're going to study those parks and find out how to best utilize each one. As you know, we've got our farm park, and we've got Dogwood Elementary Park, and we've got Riverdale Park, but we've never really done a study to examine how they can best be utilized and perhaps interconnected.
Well, we have 28 parks and a greenway. We have a total of around 33 plus miles of greenway and bike paths. I would like to let our viewing audience know of the work that you have done this year. We had in the state legislature, in the General Assembly, there was a bill affectionately known as the gas tax bike bill, and that was going to restrict local municipalities from using state shared resources to pave roads and to build roads. Occasionally, those municipalities can request for matching funds to put a greenway that runs parallel or bike paths. This law was going to take that away from the municipalities. I know you really were a champion and advocate, called our legislators. You've worked with the Bike Walk Tennessee folks. So why are you so passionate about bikes and greenways?
Well, as you know, I am a cyclist and a biking advocate, and I encourage all of our residents to get out and enjoy our greenways and our bicycle paths. It just contributes so much to our quality of life out here, and falls right in line with our Healthy Germantown initiative. I've used this cliche before, I think even on this show, but health is the new wealth. And for our Germantown citizens, my passion for cycling, I would love to see them get out and all of our citizens use the green belt and our parks and our bicycle lanes. Well,
this particular episode may not view in time for the grand opening, but this coming Saturday, it actually be the 24th of April, we will open another 1.4 miles of greenway. We'll have a ribbon cutting. We'll have a run for the benefits our GMSD, Germantown Municipal School District, and our Germantown Education Foundation. All those things are in short order. The master plan also looks at some parks that are near schools. How many parks do we have adjacent to our schools?
You know, that's a good question, Mayor. I think there is 4 that we have, but particularly we are looking at this park where we're right close to right now is our Houston High School Park and the Houston Park behind us. And we really want to coordinate with our school system to see how best we can study and utilize so the school system can use it and our residents can use it in a coordinated way. And so, as I said, I'm very excited, and the Parks Commission is very excited to get this study underway.
Well, I know in your role on the Planning Commission, you also look at things. Currently, the city is looking at a complete streetscape plan. Can you elaborate a little bit on what that means to our residents?
Sure, and in some cases it may be as simple as what they call going on a road diet, reclaiming our streets, not just for automobiles, but for pedestrians, for cyclists, adding landscaping, adding medians in some cases, and really providing a forum, if you will, or a place where people can walk along and enjoy the streets, and it's not just automobile dominated. And as you know, we're working on that through our Center City, our Old Germantown District, and we're looking forward to seeing that get started and what it entails and how we can move forward with it.
Well, Forrest, we have time for just one more question. We have about 30 seconds or so left in this segment. We certainly appreciate your service. What do you look forward to in the future for Germantown?
Well, I think the Smart Growth initiative that we have in place, Live, Work, Play initiative, where we can have our residents living and working and playing in the same location, that excites me in our Center City District. And I'm really excited, and I campaigned on previously, is the opportunity to work with our schools. To be a partner with our schools. We have an unprecedented partnership with our school district and our Board of Mayor and Aldermen right now, and I've been fortunate to be a part of that. My kids, as you know, are in the school district, and so I look forward to running for re-election this year and continuing that work.
Great. Well, Forrest, thank you for being on the show today. After this short break, we will talk to Paul Chandler.
What's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm Germantown Mayor Mike Palazzolo.
And I'm Germantown Alderman Forrest Owens.
And we're here to pump you up. Germantown has been selected as a pilot in a new statewide initiative called Healthier Tennessee.
We invite you to join us and make Germantown a healthier place.
The first step towards success is simple.
You just download the app. It's called Streaks for Small Starts.
The app allows you to track the healthy choices you make every day, like drinking water, eating fruit, and getting exercise.
Might even get you on your bike.
You'll see the small steps you take every day add up to big changes over time. And you will be pumped up like us, or at least on your way to a healthier lifestyle.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back to Focus on Germantown. I'm Mayor Mike Palazzolo. Joining us is Paul Chandler, the Executive Director of Germantown Performing Arts Center, also known as GPAC. Welcome to the show, Paul.
Thank you, Mayor.
It's always good to have you, Chief.
Appreciate it.
Well, let's talk. I know you're smiling ear to ear. You just completed your 21st season. Now you can catch your breath. So tell us a little bit, give us a recap of year 21 at GPAC.
We had a fantastic season. As you know, our season subscriptions have doubled in the last 3 years, and that's something we've just analyzed, and it's just fantastic growth. A number of contributors has also continued to grow, but in regards to the 15-16 season, we had 5 sellouts out of 16, and we had capacity crowds for all the rest. It was just a fantastic season. We're a little tired, but we won't rest for long, and we're already preparing for next season, which we just announced recently.
Well, I use my own cliche about GPAC all the time. It is the gateway to the region for our city and community. We welcome so many people to Germantown through those doors at GPAC, somewhere in the vicinity of 100,000 people. And I know you've got somewhere close to 300 events that happen, from little people doing ballet to world-renowned acts. Can you let us know, I'm sure it's not a secret any longer, can you let us know a little bit about the upcoming season, season 22?
Absolutely, yes, you are right. We have a little over 259 events throughout the year. So a lot of times people see sort of what's in mass media, but we've got lots of educational programs, music classes, summer camps. Everything's online, so if folks want to learn about it, gpacweb.com. But the new season, which we're really excited about, will kick off with Jim Brickman, which is a special event we added just recently. And then we will kick off our international series with the Havana Cuba All-Stars, because Cuba is just really hot right now, and everybody wants to go.
It's open, I hear.
Yes, and it's open. And I'm half Latin, so I thought, well, we kick off with that. So anyways,
great.
In all truthfulness, it has to do with routing. Our jazz series, which has continued to be one of our fastest growing series, will kick off with the great Ramsey Lewis. The very well-known Al Jarreau is in that series. The American Music series kicks off with 2 bluegrass legends, Del McCoury and David Grisman. And Iris will be returning as our resident orchestra.
Well, talk a little bit about, we have so much to offer. The last show this season, and I hope I pronounce Palazzolo.
Yes.
Okay, very close. Let me tell you what, that was a fantastic show. I think they've been to GPAC 4 or 5 times in our 21 years. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect for dance at Germantown.
You know, our facility was constructed to handle a variety of performing art. And dance is definitely one of them. We have a really, really deep stage and a really wide stage with big wings, which has allowed major dance companies. You know, and dance is, dance both classical and modern, requires, for some people, a challenge to say, hey, I'm gonna go try that. And I'll tell you, when I started working at GPAC the first time, I didn't think modern dance is something I would like, but it is fantastic. It's really engaging and colorful and interesting, and for dancers to communicate without saying anything is really fascinating. Palazzolo, what we just had, is one of the best new modern companies in America, and it's just fantastic to have it. Next year we have Momix, which is really, really similar to Palazzolo in its physical theater sense of dance. We have the Russian National Ballet returning with Don Quixote. New ballet ensemble will join us, which is a local company which is doing fantastic work in the region, with Katie Smythe as their artistic director. And we will kick off with Alonzo King Lines, which is a major, major player in the dance world.
You need to get tickets soon. I know I need to renew my subscription. Now, I know our board chair, Anka Pop, is very much interested in educational outreach for our community and the greater region. Let us know a little bit about what's going on educationally at GPAC.
So Anka Pop, our current president, gave us a challenge to focus on education this year. And so we did that. And the first thing we did was analyze what we have. And we realized we haven't done a really good job of communicating it. So we re-looked the way that we listed online, and then we're creating additional tools to inform people about the variety of education that we offer. And we're also in a dialogue, thanks to your work that you've done with us and the GMSD schools, to talk about how we can collaborate for the kids that are being educated in this community, so we can continue to be a world-class community as it relates to arts and education. That alone, I think, is the beginning of what's going to be a really impactful future for us and the young people in this community.
Well, thank you for that recognition. I know that we have so much at GPAC to offer to the greater community, and our school district, newly formed, they have some exciting ideas. We're just starting to scratch the surface on what that all can be. Now, we only have time for about one more question. Tell us a little bit about what's going on outdoors at GPAC. People drive by and they see things almost like they're circus performers or people throwing the Frisbee. What's going on at the Grove, and what is the Grove?
So the Grove is the area just to the north of us. It is a beautiful wooded area that's got both woods and then an open grass area that's just outside our door. And one of the things that we dreamed up about 2 years ago is we got to get out of our shell. So we started to do events in private homes, and then we looked outside and we said, look at this beautiful lawn. So you can count on, if it's a show that we present in the early fall and in the spring, if the weather's great, we have food trucks and live music and beverages for grown-ups and kids, and popsicles and so on and so forth, and all kinds of fanfare and jugglers and so forth. And we host these pre-parties. They're all free. And what's happening is people are coming before the show, and now we have citizens who are coming with folding chairs and a little cooler, and they're enjoying the afternoon. It's just been fantastic, and that is a trend we're going to keep up.
That is great. That is great. We actually have time for one more short question. A lot of people don't know the extent of what users are at GPAC. So our performance partners, just run through that list for us real quick.
It's really, really remarkable. So we're a presenter, and we present a wide variety of events. Our main stage is 17, but in total for performances, we're at about 40 to 45. We are a major performing arts center. The opera has moved all of their main stage performances to our space. Memphis Symphony has doubled. Iris is a user, and New Ballet is a user, and the list goes on and on through the school system, etc.
Great. Paul, thank you for being here and sharing everything about GPAC. When we come back, Saddle Creek's Assistant Manager and Marketing Director, Heather Danielson, joins us to discuss the many exciting new stores at Saddle Creek and the new partnership the shopping destination has formed with GMSD. Back in a moment.
The makeover at Saddle Creek I'm so excited about.
Oh, I love the changes at Saddle Creek. I really love having some neighbors over here.
They kind of have eclectic things that not everyone has. With so many of the new stores and restaurants that have been opening in that area, you can feel that there's a buzz going on.
You know, you've got a few nicer stores, you've got stores with clothes that you can wear for every day.
If you're shopping for gifts for your mom, your dad, your sister, your best friend, that person that you may not even know what they like, but you know that they're pretty stylish, you can always find something here.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back to Focus on Germantown. In 1987, Saddle Creek opened here in Germantown as the nation's first lifestyle center. With the new southern expansion of Saddle Creek, there are now almost 30 stores with their doors open and many more on the way. Assistant General Manager and Marketing Director Heather Danielson is here today to talk about our city's biggest tourist destination. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you. I cannot believe it's been almost 30 years. I was just out of college when Saddle Creek opened, and now I guess you could say it's in its maybe Saddle Creek 2.0 in a sense, and the new renovations that are at Saddle Creek, the expansion on the southern side or at Saddle Creek South. Tell us a little bit about what's going on over there.
Well, there's been a lot. I'm glad that you noticed, and thank you so much for knowing about our shopping center starting in 1987. We are about to come up on our 30th anniversary, and it's going to be a very special year for us. We are thrilled to announce the fact that we are going to finish the renovation this year in 2016. So for 2017, we'll do a bit of a re-grand opening.
Oh, nice.
We're excited about that. I don't know if you've seen any of our new stores that we've opened in the last few months, beginning with Michael Kors, and that's a wonderful store. The first Tennessee location for that store. We're the only one in the city, and proud of that fact. I'm sure that you've eaten at Stony River.
Multiple times.
What do you think about it?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Food is great, service is great, and the location's spectacular.
We're glad to have it. We'll also be opening a Grimaldi's Pizzeria this summer, which a lot of people have been excited about. It's kind of a gourmet pizza. They offer wine. They'll have a patio. It's been exciting to watch the way that they've been growing, and they're coming right along. They'll be open soon.
Now is that in the former J. Crew site, or help me understand where that's located?
It's actually next to J. Crew.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No problem. It's over there near the Anthropology end. And it's going to be a fantastic location. I actually was out of town recently and saw one of the Grimaldi's pizzerias, and they've got a custom-built coal brick oven for every location. So it's going to be wonderful. They have desserts that are seasonal. They've got kale salads. They've got bruschetta. Great for lunch and dinner. Great for families.
So not the pizzeria that we grew up with. This is much more upscale and much more, it sounds like even, not that pizza's bad for you, but they have all kind of choices there.
They do. You won't feel as guilty even. So because they have salads and so forth.
Well, tell us a little bit about the excitement on the south side. We mentioned Stony River. Can you tell us a little bit about what was one of the best kept secrets in Germantown for months and months and months? We had this black curtain or this edifice that kept the store under wraps, and now we have Apple, and one of the best and biggest and newest apples in the entire country. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. We've actually got the first outdoor location of the new concept. They've only done 3 thus far this year, and we were the 3rd. So it's pretty amazing to think that Germantown was able to get this. It is nearly 8,000 square feet. It has got a 37-foot video screen. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have. I was trying to get the Super Bowl on there maybe next year.
They would love that, I'm certain of that. It's actually got its own air conditioner because it's so large, if you can believe it. We had over 3,000 people show up for the first day. It opened on March 26th, and it has been amazing numbers, amazing numbers.
Wow. Well, we know that Saddle Creek has been traditionally very thoughtful and methodical in having tenants and having shops. Can you share with us maybe, I'm sure you don't want to release any secrets, but some things we can expect for maybe some new retailers?
Well, I think you may have seen some of the signage for Paper Source. Paper Source is coming. They're based out of Austin. Again, it'll be the first Tennessee location for them. It's a very high-end, upscale stationery store, so to speak. They've also got calendars and planners and custom stationery for RSVPs, for reservations, for a bridal shower. You can also do wedding invitations. I mean, it's mind-blowing how much they offer. Also, Von Voss is coming. It is a gourmet distributor of select olive oils, vinegars, spirits, liqueurs, and fine foods. And it is beautiful. I actually just posted a picture of it.
Be on the north or south side?
It's going to be over near Michael Kors.
Okay.
And Paper Source will be there too. We've also got Lily Rain coming, and it is beautiful. It is a very nice women's clothing store, but they don't take themselves too seriously. So they will be a little bit casual, but they have that vibe like Anthropology. It's a wonderful store.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, now I understand that on Saddle Creek North, and just for the people that don't know directions that well, so on the Anthropology side, you are looking to make some facade changes in the future. Can you share a little bit about when residents and shoppers may expect that?
Absolutely. We're actually about to start on that this month or next, late this month, early next. And so what we're basically doing is we're going to visually join the two sides. So what you see on the south side with Michael Kors and all that, you'll now see that type of facade on the north side. Additionally, I'm sure everybody has seen the building. Everybody speaks of the building on the corner. On the north side, actually, we're actually adding a new food concept there. Can't speak of who it is yet.
Wow!
An additional.
That's about to hit Facebook. There'll be some.
That's going to be
some good conversation and comments.
That's going to be large. There are also going to be 3 retail stores there as of right now. Again, we can't release names.
Sure.
Can't be real firm, but it's going to be very exciting, the growth.
Well, I know that in the last couple of years that people just inquiring on what's going in at Saddle Creek, or what are the plans. It's good to always be topical, always be in people's in their breath and in their conversation, and you guys have accomplished that for a long time. And so you did mention some restaurants. Do we always get that question? Do we expect maybe some more food concepts? Having the new pizzeria facility on the north side really brings that to that part of the property. Do you foresee maybe some others in the future?
Well, as we said, Stony River has done extraordinarily well. We expect Grimaldi's to do very, very well. And as I said, a third concept is coming to the building on the corner. We hope that we can announce it soon, but we understand that Germantown does need some additional restaurants, and we're happy to be able to say that we've at least provided 2 thus far.
Well, we have time for just one more question. 30 years old, perhaps the next 30 years, we'll see even more growth in the lifestyle, concept around the country. What do you anticipate seeing for Saddle Creek in the next few years? So you're doing the improvements to the facade, some change. Do we have any other thoughts on what we might see at Saddle Creek?
Well, I think you'll see a lot more community-centric events. We've always been a good community partner, I hope.
And I forgot to ask you about the partnership with GMSD.
Yes, we actually just partnered with them for the House of Prom, which is our 3rd annual House of Prom. We took accepted gently used formal wear for some folks who may not be able to afford those 10 and 12 formals they have to go to. And we actually raised money for the Germantown Municipal School District. And we were recognized just last night at the board meeting for the schools and thanked with a Q1 of 7.5.
Great. Well, Heather, thank you for being here today. We're very excited about Saddle Creek.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank all of my guests for being here, and thank you for taking the time to focus on Germantown. I would like to also thank the staff here at GMTV and the Houston High students whose hard work make this program possible each month. If you'd like more information about this or any other show on Germantown Municipal Television, please visit www.gmtvonline.org. We'll see you when Focus on Germantown returns in the fall.